Hey YouTube, this is Reskin Amusement Park Fan 62. First, there's two things I want to get out of the way. First, I am sorry for lack of videos as of in the last couple of weeks. I've just been very busy with work among other things. But I plan on trying to get more videos up as much as I can. At this point, it will be a process where it'll be sometimes where a lot of videos will go up, sometimes they won't. So let's get started. Now, Halloween decorating for cheap. Now, you're going to look at the title of this video and be like, what are you talking about? Well, this is some things I have seen you can do. Now, some of these are just for outside use, some of these for inside use, or some of these are going to be for both. Now, let's get started. Now, let's start with the outside. Now, one of the big things a lot of people like to use around Halloween time are string lights. And Christmas as well, but this is sticking with the Halloween. Now, string lights are a big thing. Now, you can, the cheapest, if you're looking to decorate for cheap, the best way to get them is through Walmart. They are around $2.50. A string, you can get them in orange, purple, green, or mixed. Now, obviously, LEDs are going to be more. They're going to be around $5 or so for a string. Now, next thing. Now, for stuff like porch lights and stuff like that. Now, you can do one of two ways for this. You can get one of these. Now, if you don't know what this is a black light. You just basically screw into your light, and here's a black LED right here. Now, this will cost you about $10 or so at Walmart. You can probably find these at other places. They will be slightly more. Now, I do recommend these, but the big problem with these is sometimes the LEDs will last only 1 year. Now, the next thing is this. These are the spiral bulbs. Now, you can get these in different colors as well. You can get these in orange, black, or purple, green, red, and others. Now, the good thing about these is they will last a long time. For one of these at Walmart is $12.71. Now, another thing which I don't have at this very moment is those flicker lights that look like, you know, there's a fire going on inside your lamp. Now, those will vary in price. Also, but you can get those at the Walmart brand for, I believe, $10, I think. Oh, by the way, with the purple light, you can also get similar to these through Amazon. Two of them for $10, I believe it is. Now, going to your yard. Now, first I'm going to start with cemetery stuff. Now, you can find a tomb. You can get tombstones in 1 or 5 or like a pack. Now, 1 is going to vary depending on the size of the tombstone and other factors in there. Now, the pack will run you around $20 to $25 or so. Depends on the place. But the best places to find those sort of things is through places like Walmart, maybe Target, stuff like that. you can find them in stores like Spirit, but they are going to be more. Though for those are more of like a, for places like Spirit Halloween, those are more of like $30+ ones, which basically have the same thing. Now, lighting for the cemetery, you have 3 ways to do this. First, you have these spotlights. Now, these are, you can find these in red, green, purple, which I'll get to that in just a second, and clear. Now, all of these are that I have are red. These are only used for Halloween as of this recording. Now, funny thing about these, you can't really find these in the Halloween section. So you can typically find these in the Christmas section. One of these will be around $10 to $15, depending on where you buy them. The 2 best places to find these are actually Walmart and Big Lots in the Christmas section. But the best thing to do is, if you're going to go with these, get these early, because these do sell out fairly quick, even before Halloween, sometimes Christmas. But if there are some left, especially after the Christmas season, I do suggest you pick some of these up to use for Halloween the next year. Now, the good thing about these is they are LEDs, so they do shine a pretty good distance. I do have a video on this channel from last Halloween, from when I had these hooked up to my music player, and how that looked. Now, the other thing you can do is one of these, which is a kaleidoscope light. Now, you can find these in red with yellow, green with blue, or purple with a little bit of orange, and that's typically the main colors. These will hover around $10 to $20, depending on where you buy them. Sometimes maybe slightly more. But these are worth it because these give a good effect. In a separate video I'm going to do on the cemetery for this year, I'm going to talk about some of the different plans I have for now. Next, now the good thing is they do have a good sized cord for you to plug into. Now, lastly, if you want to go this route, I don't really suggest this, but if you do, you can go with these. Now, this is an LED spotlight as well. This is through Walmart. This was $4.88. And now the good thing about these are they do produce quite a bit of light for what it is. The bad part is it's not really, it looks green, but then when it lights up, it's like a very light green. Now, other things for outside as well. Cobwebbing. Now, cobwebbing, the best place to find that is places like Walmart, maybe Walgreens, the dollar store, stuff like that. Those are going to hover around $1 to $2 or so. Now, especially if you get places like Spirit, they're going to be $5 to $10 for the same thing. Creepy cloth, you can find those as well. Those are going to be around $1 to $3-ish, depending on where you buy it. Lastly, pumpkins. Now, I'm not talking about real pumpkins in this. I am talking about the type you plug in. Now, the best thing to do is with those, the best place to find those for cheap is Walmart. Sometimes actually at the store at home if you have one. The thing about the at-home stores, they're not everywhere out there, so that's the only bad part about it. So you have to know when and where to get it. At home has some really nice ones. Now those hover between $5 to $10, or $5 plus, basically. They have some big fat ones. Those are $20 or $30. And the good thing about those is most of them nowadays are water resistant, so you can put them outside because they are plastic. Last thing for the outside use as well as indoors is fog machines. Now with the fog machines, these, you have to be very careful on these because some people cannot breathe in the artificial fog. So, with that being said, the other thing too about fog machines are, especially with newer ones, a lot of them are very strange on how they're made. Sometimes the switch form is at the top, so you have to find a way to keep the switch down. Some of them still have the old type where it's like a cord that comes out and you can do it, or a timer. With newer ones, I do suggest the one through Home Depot. It is from the Home Accent line. It is $30, I believe, 30 or 40. It's not terrible. The machine works fairly good. I do have a video on this channel back from last August, I believe it was, or September, of me testing the Home Depot one compared to the Menards one I have. So you can kind of see the difference between the two, how much fog they produce, etc. Now, fog juice, that's a different story. Now, a lot of these stores will sell juice to go along with them. You can buy a small quart for around $5 to $10. The best thing to do is, depending on how much juice you're actually going to have with the machine throughout the Halloween season, to actually use to get the gallon. Now, the gallon ones are more. They will hover around $20 to $30, but it does last you a lot longer, depending on how much you want to use your fog machine. Now, the gallon ones are a little bit more specific where you can get those. You cannot get those everywhere, I should say. You can typically get them through party stores, like Party City, stuff like that. You can also get them through places like Spirit Halloween. Now, thing about those places I just mentioned, their prices vary. So they're between like $20 to $30 to $40, I will say. Now, that is approximately what I've noticed as of now. There may be another one to this video if I can think of more.